Welcome. My name is Jess, and I'll be your guide here for the next 60 minutes in this Rejuvenate flow class. Let's grab a block or two and a strap. And if you have sensitive knees, or if you need a blanket, feel free to grab a blanket as well. But we got like 2 minutes. I'll just wait until other people sign on. And we'll be starting out in Shavasana, so feel free to make your way into your Shavasana and make it very comfortable. You might prop it out. Maybe the legs are straight, maybe you have the knees bent. Really any variation, just having it feel good to you. All right, let's make our way into our backs. And then, again, really any variation here in your Shavasana. And have the arms out wide like a T. You might goalpost them. One hand may be on the heart or on the belly, really up to you. Let's take a moment here, arriving. And just making this quiet space for yourself right here, right now. Start to bring awareness to your breath. But just normal breathing in and out. Feel free to dim the eyes. Let go of that sense. But once you're ready, start to deepen the breath simply by inhaling through the nose. And a big sigh out the mouth, let that stale air out. Again, inhale. And exhaling. Again, together, inhale. And then exhaling out the mouth. So feel free to stay with that breath, letting that energy out the mouth, or start to move into that Ujjayi Pranayama breath, creating that internal heat. Inhale through the nose. Then exhaling out the nose. Just feeling the vibration, the heat building in the back of the throat. Again, inhale. And exhaling. Once more together, inhale. And exhaling. So just finding your breath and beginning a class. So you can stay with that natural breath. Maybe you stay with that second breath. And just noticing if the inhales or exhales are slightly longer than one another, start to really even them out. So you might think like 5 counts in. And 5 counts out. But just noticing how the breath is always moving and flowing, never holding it, but just holding the pose. And once you're ready, start to find little movements in the body. You could blink the eyes open and shut. You might start to spread those fingers and toes. You might start to bend a knee in towards the chest. Maybe you kick a leg up towards the sky. So there's really no right or wrong way to move here. It could be like that full yawn with the body, just reaching in every direction and spreading the fingers and toes, opening up to all these possibilities around you. And just taking like a little inventory, noticing what feels good and what doesn't, what's already woken up and what needs to wake up. Then one more round, just moving, waking up. And then from here, just start to slowly, let's have the feet mat width distance nice and wide and let the knees drift over towards the left. So you're kind of making like a little zigzag here, any variation with the arms. If you want to take this pose a little bit further, you might take that left foot on top of your right knee just to weigh it down. See how that feels. Feel free to take the gaze over that right shoulder if you want to do something with the neck. 3 breaths, inhale. Exhaling. 2 more rounds. And 1 more round. And then start to slowly switch direction. Let the knees drift over towards the right. Gaze over that left shoulder if you choose. Might even take that right foot on top of the left knee, anchor it down. 3 deep breaths. And then just start to slowly windshield wiper the knees, swaying right and left and right. It can be slow or fast, up to you. You might incorporate the neck, sway that side to side as well. So massaging our glutes out, but also targeting our hips here. And 1 more wave, just going back and forth. And then just start to find some stillness. From here, let's lengthen the left leg long. Or no, let's lengthen the right leg long, pull that left knee towards our chest. And then just interlace the fingers around that kneecap, inhale. And with the exhale, really pull that left knee towards your armpit, give it a good squeeze. And take a moment, check in with the neck. So think like a little tug of the chin towards the throat. Feel the stretch in the neck, the shoulders pressing down, even the low back heavy pressing against your mat. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Again, inhale. And exhale, pull, 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 knee down. And then from here, release the grip. We'll take this into a half happy baby. So you're going to swing that left knee out nice and wide and then flex the foot up towards the ceiling. You can find the grip behind the thigh, the calf, the big toe, maybe even the edge of the foot. But if you notice it's kind of far to reach, call on your strap there. So use it to help you out. And you can place the strap right in the ball of the foot, close to the toes. Inhale. Now with the exhale, use the pull of gravity and the strength of your arm to work that left knee down towards the floor. And then just take a moment. You can take that right hand on top of the right hip to anchor the hip down if you notice the hip is lifting up. Inhale. And then with the exhale, use that arm strength, pull that left knee down towards your mat. Keep flexing the left foot nice and active, maybe even spreading the toes. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Another round. Inhale. And exhale, pull, pull, pull. And then from here, just start to slowly kick the leg up, right up towards the ceiling, like you're making an L shape with the body. Keep flexing the foot here. Inhale. Now with the exhale, all you're gonna do is just push down the foot, kind of finding this little plug of that femur bone into that hip socket. Again, inhale. With the exhale, gentle pull. Keep flexing the foot. You're trying to feel like this creepy stretch behind that leg from the Achilles heel, maybe all the way to the hamstring. Inhale. Now with the exhale, as you're ready, you can start to slowly pull the leg in towards your body, but keep flexing the foot. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, pull. 1 more round. Inhale. And with the exhale, gentle pull. From here, let's move the strap to the left hand. Now open the leg right out towards the left. Keep flexing the feet. Spread the toes. Check in with that right cheek, noticing if it's lifting up, hand on that hip, or maybe you slide in that right foot for extra leverage. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhaling. With that next inhale, use a little core string, pull that belly in, take the leg on up, and then from here, just dropping that left foot down. We'll have the strap still close by. Reach both the legs long, finding Shavasana here just for a breath or 2. Inhale. Exhaling. Again, inhale. And exhaling. So we'll find that same sequence just on the other side. Lengthen the left leg long and pull that right knee in towards your chest and just interlace the fingers around the kneecap. Inhale. With the exhale, pull that right knee in towards your armpit like a little puzzle piece, but keep the elbows in close, back the head relaxing, the shoulders are heavy, low back pressing down. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Once more, inhale. And exhale, pull that knee in. And then from here, release the grip. We'll take this into that half happy baby. So swing that right knee out wide and then flex the right foot up towards the ceiling. So again, finding your grip, maybe calling on the strap if you need it here. Inhale. With the exhale, use your arm string, pull that right knee down towards the floor. Check in with that left cheek, noticing if that's lifting up, hand on the hip. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Once more together, inhale. And exhale, pull. And then from here, we're going to kick that right leg up, straight up towards the sky. Again, making that L shape with the body. You could find the grip behind the thigh, calf, big toe, or call on that strap. It just feels way too far. Inhale. Now with the exhale, just first push down on the foot. Find that little connection. Inhale, do that once more. With the exhale, gentle pull. Inhale. Now with the exhale, pull the leg in towards your body. Keep kicking into your strap. Feel that creepy stretch behind the leg. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Once more, inhale. And exhale, gentle pull. Breath through 2 more here if this feels good, or once you're ready, think about moving the strap to that right hand, and let's open the right leg out to the side. Flexing the feet. You might even take the gaze over that left shoulder if you choose. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhaling. Next inhale, start to slowly take the leg back up to center, micro-bend with the knee. We'll lengthen that leg long. We'll move the strap to the side. Shavasana, 2 breaths. And then from here, to start to slowly bend the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a quick little hug here. Inhale. And with the exhale, just pulling the knees in towards your body. So 2 options. We're going to make our way into a child's pose. So if you're feeling a little active, you can take the grip behind the thighs and just do like a little rock and roll action on your mat lengthwise, giving yourself a spinal massage. Or if this is not your cup of tea, and you're not feeling that rocking and rolling, you might just even roll onto your right or left side, doesn't matter which side. Make your way into a fetal ball position, small little ball, feeling safe. And then you can use those strong hands to press yourself on up, and we'll all make our way into a child's pose. So back your mat, knees nice and wide, big toes touching. And as we're gonna reach the arms forward, really spread those fingers wide, start to melt your heart down, dropping the forehead down. And feel free to prop it out. You might take a block or blanket underneath the forehead. Inhale. And with the exhale, really press down through the hands. Think about the shoulders sliding down your back. Press the hips down. Good, again, inhale. And exhaling. The next inhale, take the gaze right between the thumbs, slide all the way onto your belly. And then from here, we'll take the hands right at the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. And let's take the chin on towards our mat. Feet can be hip width distance, or they could be together like a strong cobra tail, your choice. With the next inhale, press down, lift on up, and find a little back bend here, baby cobra, just enough to broaden the collarbone, keeping the elbows in close, and soften. Again, inhale, press down, lift on up. Maybe start to lift up a little bit higher, lifting that last rib up off the mat, elbows slightly bent, and then drop it down. Again, inhale, press down, lift on up. Maybe feeling that full up dog, having the hips and thighs up off the mat. And then drop it on down here. From here, listen, you're going to tense your fingers. Make like little teepees with them, elbows jutting up towards the ceiling. And with the inhale, you're gonna press down, lift up, squeeze the shoulder blades in, open up your heart, maybe a little back bend. With the exhale, ground down. Good, twice more with that breath. Inhale, lift, open. Exhaling. Once more, inhale, press, lift. And exhale, ground it down. From here, let's press back into our child's pose. Just take a breath here, arms long. Inhale. And exhaling. The next inhale, make your way into all fours. Find your hands and knees, pad the knees if they're sensitive. Heels and hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Connecting that breath and movement. Inhale, let that belly sink on down. Find that dip in the back, that cow pose. And then with the exhale, press the floor away, draw the navel in, round the shoulders up towards the ceiling like a Halloween cat. Again, inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, press and round. So feel free to continue with those two movements, or feel free to find some free movement. You might pretend like you have a hula hoop on the hips, doing a circular motion like that. You might just hit the gaze over the shoulder. And on the other side. Any movement here, you might play around with the rotation of the wrists, seeing how that feels. So again, no right or wrong, but just moving. And then another round. And then return back into that cow pose. Let that belly sink down. Now you're gonna find a flat back. So think about pulling the low ribs in and round the shoulders up towards the ceiling, finding a flat back. With that next inhale, start to slowly rock the heart forward, finding a modify a high plank with the knees down. Keep pulling the belly in. Now with the exhale, you're gonna drop it all the way down onto your belly. You have two options. You might think about the chin down, chest down, hips up, and then making your way into your belly. Or you might think about passing through that modified kind of chaturanga, keeping the elbows in close, dropping the chest on down. So you find your path. With the next inhale, think about a little back bend here, your variation. And then with the exhale, taking it back into that child's pose. Just a breath here. Inhale. And exhaling. We'll do that modified flow with that next inhale. Find your modified high plank. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, find your back bend. And exhale, taking it right back in that child's pose. Our breath, inhale. Exhaling. So that once more, shift the weight, ride that breath, modify high plank. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, heart through hands. And then exhale, take it back, child's pose. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, breath out. Now from here, start to slowly make your way into your down dog. So making that long upside down V shape with the body here. And if it's the first down dog of the day, feel free to find some movement. Pedal those feet out, bend the knees, take that vinyasa, that little flow if you need it. Or maybe it's stillness that you need. And then start to find some stillness in your down dog, really checking with the hands first, spread the fingers, pointer fingers forward. And then from here, let's think about the length of the spine over the depth of the heel. So find a deep bend in the knees where the heels are popping up. Inhale now with the exhale, press the floor away. Long arms, think about the shoulders sliding back and down away from the ears, more towards that tailbone. Drop the gaze maybe to the navel or the back of your mat, really letting the head relax. Inhale. Now with the exhale, keep pressing the floor away. Can you melt your ribs right down to the thighs? Once more, inhale. Exhale, press the floor away. With that next inhale, shift the weight forward, find a high plank. Modify if you'd like. With the exhale, drop it down, half or all the way. Keep the elbows in close. Inhale hard through hands, find your back bend of choice. And then with the exhale, making your way right back into that down dog. A breath here, inhale. And exhaling. So that once more, inhale, shift the weight, high plank. Exhale, drop it down, elbows in. Inhale hard through hands. And then with the exhale, making way back right into down dog, a breath, inhale. And exhaling. The next inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. And the lift with the leg doesn't have to be too much, but noticing the toes that they're spinning out to the side, think about spiraling that right pinky toe down so that thigh bone is square, squaring off the hips. Inhale, leg is long. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest, pull it in. Then again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull that knee in. Inhale, lengthen the leg. With the exhale, pull the knee towards the chest, place the foot right between the hands. Let's go right into a low lunge. Pad the left knee if you need to. You might fold the edge of your mat, maybe calling on a blanket here. We'll tent our fingers here and just drop our head down. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhaling. Again, inhale. And exhaling. With that next inhale, find your wings, any variation with the arms. Feeling a little bit wobbly, you might goalpost the arms, create some wings here. Or low back issues, you might even take the hands to heart center. Another idea is you can take the hands right on top of that right thigh. So think about that kneecap right over the heel, making like a little 90-degree angle. Pull the right hip back and the left hip working forward. And just focusing one spot that's not moving. One more breath, inhale. And exhaling. From here, listen, let's ground the hands, tent the fingers, tuck your left toe underneath, making your way into a high lunge. You're gonna press down the feet with the inhale, rise. Feeling wobbly, widen the stance. Find your arms, find the gaze. With the inhale, like someone has a little string on the crown of the head pulling you up. And with each exhale, keep sinking, bending into that front knee. One more breath, inhale. And exhaling. Visualize the warrior one and make it happen. Just spin that left foot flat, even that left pinky edge, clamp it down right on towards your mat. Keep the hips square, like your hips are like little headlights, the front edges of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, keep sinking. Once more, inhale. And exhaling. From here, ground the hands, frame the foot. Feel free to take a flow if you like. Those are options, or just simply ease your way into your down dog. You do you. And eventually with that exhale, we make our way into our down dog. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, breath out the mouth. Other side, inhale, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Take a moment, notice the toes, spin the toes down towards the floor. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest, maybe kissing that knee. Again, inhale, lengthen the leg right back up. Exhale, pull that knee in. Think about that cat element. Press the floor away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee towards chest. Place the foot right between the hands. Low lunge. Tent the fingers. Get the gaze down. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhaling. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Again, inhale. And exhaling. Then next inhale, finding that low lunge with the arms up. Focus on that one spot. Keep the face soft. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing down to the feet. Again, inhale. And exhaling. From here, ground the hands, tent the fingers. Start to slowly tuck your right toes under. Lift that kneecap up, making this into a high lunge. With that next inhale, rise on up. Soften shoulders. Keep pulling the low belly in. Keep that breath steady. One more breath, inhale. Exhaling. Think about that warrior one. Visualize and make it happen. Spin that right foot down, even that right pinky edge. Clamp it down. Think about left hip back, right hip forward. Shrug the right kneecap up. Now spin that shin right towards the front. Inhale. Exhale. Sinking down just a little bit more. One more breath. Inhale. And exhaling. Ground the hands. Vinyasa if you choose, or skip it. And with the exhale, meeting back in our down dog. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, breath out the mouth. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest, kiss your knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee towards chest, foot right between the hands, warrior two. So with that inhale, come on up. Now you're trying to find a leg distance stance between your feet. So find that honest distance. Heel to arch alignment, meaning if you make a line from that front heel, it goes right to the back arch of the foot. Arms are wide like a T, shoulders right over the hips. Find the gaze soft, right fingertips. Inhale, crown the head lifts. Exhale, sink down a bit lower. Again, inhale. Exhale, sink down just a tad bit. Now keep the bend in that front knee, reverse it. Think about the right palm up and then sweeping the arm towards the back. That left hand could press into the thigh. You might just reach the arm towards the back. You might even think about a half bind if that's in your practice. Inhale, like someone's pulling you up. With the exhale, if you have the bind, you can press into the thigh, reaching a little bit more towards the left. Gaze up, or it could be a ground gaze towards that back foot. You choose. Inhale. Exhaling. The next inhale, pass through warrior two. You're going to ground the right hand down towards the floor, maybe onto a block. Think about a balancing half moon. So however many steps it takes with that left foot, you're going to shift the weight to that right foot. And that right leg, it doesn't have to be straight. You might have a bent knee. Find that center of gravity. Activate the back foot. Imagine like my hand's pressing towards your foot. You might start with the left hand onto the hip. Then you might play around extending the left arm up. Keep opening the heart, the hips right out to the side. And keep the breath always steady. Inhale. Exhaling. Good. Stay with it for one more round. Inhale. Exhaling. Think about that warrior two. Can you make it happen again? Landing the foot right back in that little footprint. Inhale. The exhale. Bending, grounding. Listen, from here, you're going to drop the left hand down, lift the left heel up, right arm reaching up towards the sky, low lunge, easy twist. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, breath out the mouth. Again, inhale. Exhaling. From here, drop the left knee down towards the floor, and then we're going to sweep this right leg back, taking this into a modified side plank. Stacking shoulders, Play with the angle with that grounded knee, right foot flat, gaze up towards the thumb. Inhale. Exhale, press the floor away, lift the hips up a little bit higher. But again, inhale. Exhaling. Little challenge here. Start to slowly float the right foot up. Doesn't have to be too high. You could stay there, or maybe start to slowly bend that knee, grabbing the top of the foot. Open the heart out, squeezing the shoulder blades in. Play with the gaze. Just kicking back and up into the foot for the next 3, 2, 1. And from here, start to slowly release it. Take a flow if you like, or if you need a moment to relax, to relieve that low back, find that child's pose. Inhale. Exhaling. Again, inhale. And exhaling. Once you're ready, make your way back into your down dog. With that inhale, left leg goes up. And with the exhale, pull that knee towards the chest, kiss that knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull that knee in, place the foot right between the hands. Think about your warrior 2. Find the stance. Inhale, rise. Think about the shoulders right over the hips. Keep bending into that front left knee. Gaze soft. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, sink down a bit lower. Again, inhale. Exhale. Keep that bend in that front knee, reverse it, left palm goes up, and then reaching the arm all the way towards the back of the room like you're making a really big rainbow motion. Your variation with that right hand, you can press into thigh, might reach the arm back, maybe thinking about that half bind. Inhale. Exhaling. Once more. Inhale. Exhaling with the next inhale, start to slowly pass through center. Visualize that bouncing half moon, grounding the hand towards floor or a block. And then find the pickup with that right leg. And again, if you're feeling very wobbly, bend the knee, be like a little spring. And if you have a block, make sure that hand is right underneath the shoulder. Keep opening the heart out to the side, stack the hips, activate that back foot, flex it, spread those toes. Play with the gaze. If you fall out, no one cares. You learn to get right back on up for the next 3, 2, 1. Visualize that warrior 2 with control, dropping the foot down. Arms wide. Inhale. Exhaling. High lunge as you twist. Ground the right hand down. Pop the right heel up. Left arm reaching up towards the sky, twisting. Hand could be flat, looking for a challenge, tent the fingers. Maybe no fingertips at all. Inhale. Exhaling. Right hand is grounded. Think about a side plank. Modify with the right knee down, or you might play around with that full variation, playing with your the edge of your foot. Your choice. But make sure the hand is underneath the shoulder, knee underneath the hip, back foot flat. Hand can start out in the hip. Maybe reach the arm right up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, press the floor away. Lift the hips up. Staying here, maybe floating the leg. Maybe feeling a little adventurous. Start to work that heel towards your glute, grabbing onto the foot. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, just kicking back and up. Once more. Inhale. Exhaling, release it, take a flow if you like, or ease your way into your child's pose. And we'll all move into in a child's pose. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, breath out. Again, inhale. And exhaling. From here, start to slowly make your way into your down dog. With the next inhale, lift the heels up high. Bend those knees, ribs to thighs, and then just take it back right into that down dog. Again, lift the heels up, bend knees, and then take it right back into your down dog. Now to the gaze between the thumbs. Lift the heels up, bend your knees. You can step or float however you'd like to travel to the top of your mat. And once you're at the top, let's do an inhale, find a halfway lift, flat back. Feel free to keep those knees bent. And with the exhale, hinge, release, find a forward fold. Twice more with breath. Inhale, exhaling. Again, inhale, and exhale, hinge and release. With that next inhale, start to slowly roll on up and take your time. Legs straight or bent. You'll find your wings, arms to side, gaze up, lift. Now with the exhale, take the hands to heart center, big sigh out the mouth. Let's do that 3 more rounds. Inhale, maybe having the arms match the breath. Exhaling. 2 more times. Exhale. All right, top of your mat. Let's take this into a tree pose. I'll face you guys here. Hopefully that screen that I see on my screen, you guys can't see it. So we're going to shift our weight into our left foot. So shifting the weight, really shrug that left kneecap up, firm up the thigh, make that leg strong. And you're just gonna pop that right heel. So maybe taking that heel towards the ankle. So kind of like a little kickstand, and maybe this is where the balance is today. Okay. Maybe start to play around, taking the foot to the inner part of the calf. Or you might even start to take the foot to the inner part of the thigh. There's so many variations. You might even take the foot like in the crook of that hip. Whichever one feels best, you do that. You take the hands to heart center. If you need some balance, you might create those branches. You can take the gaze forward. If that's too much, keep a grounded gaze down. We'll try to have the shoulders right over the hips, still engaging our low belly. But if you do want a challenge, you can start to close maybe one eye. Just playing around with that idea. Inhale. Exhaling. Another breath. Inhale. And exhaling. From here, let's take your hands onto the hips. Bend that right knee and kick that right leg out right towards the front. Really flex the foot. Staying here for the next 5. Keep the belly in. Crown the head lifting for 4. Leg might be shaken for 3, 2, 1. And drop it down. Good work. Just a little sway side to side. Nothing too serious here. Just a little afternoon yoga practice. And then once you're ready, we'll set up for the other side. You're going to shift the weight into that right foot. And then from here, really shrug the kneecap up, firm up that thigh. And then you can create that little kickstand with the left foot. Stay there. Maybe play around by taking to the calf. It could be the inner part of the thigh, maybe even on top of the thigh. Lots of variations. Grow your branches, finding your expression. Challenge it, maybe hover the 5 toes. Balance on the 4 corners of your feet. Noticing if the face is very tense, maybe a little part of the lips here. Again, it's not perfection here, it's just practicing. And then just staying here for the next 3, 2, 1. And then just start to slowly ground the foot. Nope, we're gonna take the hands onto the hips, flex the left foot, and lengthen the left leg right towards the front. Maybe having that heel hip height. Noticing if you're leaning back, pull the belly in. Inhale. Exhale, can you lift the leg up just a little bit higher for the next 3, 2, 1. And drop it down. Sway side to side. Let that side go. And just quickly press this button. Let's go back to the top of our mats. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. And with the exhale, hinge, release. Find that forward fold. With the inhale, find that halfway lift. Ground the hands, step or float back your mat, you choose. And with the exhale, meeting back in our down dog. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, breath out the mouth. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow, just a little tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull that right knee towards that left elbow, a little tap and twist. Do that one again. Right leg long with the inhale, exhale, knee towards that elbow. Now, extend the right leg out to the side. So you're gonna go onto your toe edges of your feet, of that big toe and pinky toe. Rock the shoulders right over the wrists. Press the floor away. So you could stay right here. Or maybe start to lift that left hand. You could even play around 10th fingers and eventually reaching that left arm up towards the sky. So taking this into a fallen triangle. Inhale. Exhale. Keep pressing the floor away with the edges of your feet in that hand. Once more. Inhale. Exhaling from here, ground the hand. We'll take it right back into our down dog. Just a breath. Inhale. Exhaling. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Little tap. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Tap and twist. Do that one again. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Tap and twist. Extend the left leg out towards your right edge of the mat. Shoulders right over the wrists. Noticing the hips are sinking down, lift the hips on up. Stay there, play around, tent that right hand. Maybe reaching the right arm right up towards the sky. Noticing the shoulder, working by the ear, press it away. For the next 3, 2, 1. From here, ground the hand, making your way right into that down dog. Full breath, inhale. And exhaling. Good work. Let's drop the knees down. Let's take it into an embryo pose. Reach the arms back, drop the forehead down. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhaling. The next inhale, start to slowly roll on up. We'll take this into little back bends. You're gonna tent your fingers, maybe call on the blocks. Squeeze the shoulders in, lift the heart up. And with the exhale, grounding, dropping the forehead down. So just gonna move between those two poses, just going back and forth. The inhale, you rise. And the exhale, you ground. So following your breath, your rhythm. Once more, inhale. And exhaling. From here, let's make our way into our seat. And let's have our strap close by. So let's take our right foot to the corner of our mat. We'll take the left foot to the inner thigh, like we are making a little tree shape here, but on our seat. And I'm just gonna pull my rump back so I have both my sit bones pressing down. I'll have my strap close by. I'll find my setup right around the ball of the foot. With the inhale, I'm going to reach up, lengthen, torso towards the leg, and then with the exhale, hinging here, finding a forward fold. I can make it very passive just by tenting my fingers, working my chin towards the throat, maybe taking a blanket or a bolster on top of my thigh. Or maybe I can make it really active. I can interlace my fingers around the ball of the foot, keep my elbows in close, or I can call my handy strap here to help me find that length. Inhale. Exhale, give into gravity. Two more rounds. One more round. Inhale. And exhaling. The next inhale, roll on up. And we're going to take this into a stargazer pose. So you're going to think about the opposite arm, opposite leg. So that right leg is long. We're going to take that left arm back. I'm going to press down with the hand and that left knee. Open the heart on out. So you can open up to the side, maybe taking this into a little back bend, squeezing the shoulder blades in, lifting the heart up, and letting the arm fall back. Or maybe you want some movement with the arm, like a big lasso, your choice. And then eventually just dropping the hips on down, setting up for the other side. So let's take that left foot to the corner of our mat, right foot to the inner thigh, calm the strap. Inhale, reach the arms up, torso towards the leg, and then with the exhale, start to slowly hinge here. So again, make it passive. You can make it very active. Do what you need. 3 breaths. Think about relaxing the right armpit down. Maybe closing eyes, tuning in. One more breath, inhale. And exhaling. Then next inhale, let the breath lift you up. Think about that stargazer pose. You're going to reach that right arm towards the back. Press down to the hand and knee. Open the body up. So kind of like that modified side plank that we did. Staying there. Maybe start to work the shoulder blade in. Squeeze them. Hand could go up. Arm reaching back. Lasso with the arm. Whatever feels comfortable. And one more round. And then start to slowly ground the hips. And then from here, we'll make our way back into our seat. Let's hug the knees. Relax the forehead down. The next inhale, take the gaze forward and find one of your blocks. And then we make our way onto our backs. And then from here, let's take this into a bridge pose. So we'll have the feet hip width distance, heels close enough to touch those fingertips. And then from here, we'll press down the feet. And then we're going to slide the block underneath your low back. So the block has several heights. Pick the one that feels best for you. And then just dropping the hips onto the blocks. So we did a lot of sneaky core work. So now we're just going to stretch out our abs, letting them be. Your variation with the arms. We're going to start to slow it down. Noticing that rise and fall of the belly. Two more rounds. One more round. And then from here, you're going to press down the feet, lift the hips on up, move the block to the side, drop the low back down. And from here, let's take this into a figure 4. So you're going to take your right foot over your left knee and try not to have any bone on bone action of like that knee directly on top of, or the ankle on top of the knee. Slide to the side. Then from here, you're going to take your right hand on top of your right thigh and just give that leg a little push, feeling it out in the hip. And this might be enough right here. Maybe you want to thread the hands behind your left thigh or around the kneecap. Kneecap a little bit more intense. Soften the shoulders, low back still sinking. Inhale. And with the exhale, just pulling that left knee towards your body. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale, gentle pull. Once more. Inhale. Exhale, pull it in. And then from here, release it. Drop the feet down hip width, set up for the other side. Take your left foot over that right knee. The left hand on top of knee and thigh, give it a little push. If you're to hang here, take it further, you might start to slowly interlace the fingers behind right thigh or kneecap. And a little trick here, I like to think of having my left elbow kind of into the crook of my left knee. I have my left foot flexed and I have it pressing in towards my forearm just for some leverage. Inhale. Exhale, pull the right knee in. Feel that opening in that left hip. Again, inhale. And exhale, pull, pull, pull. And then start to slowly release it. Let's have the knees buckle in towards one another, feet wide, arms along the body. One more breath. And then from here, let's take this into a plow pose. So you can have your hands down flat. You're going to bend the knees towards the chest, and you're just going to kick the legs up and over. You can have the hands to press down towards the mat to get the legs up and over. And then you can grab the edges of your mat, tighten up the grip, and then slide the shoulders in. Tuck your 10 toes in towards your mat. You might even have like a slight gap between the legs. And then from here, you can release the grip from the edges of your mat. You might start to interlace the fingers. Or you might even take the hands low back if you have a shoulder stand in your practice. You might lift one leg up towards the sky, whoop, or maybe the other. So most of the weight in the shoulders, still able to breathe. And think about the elbows. The elbows are your foundation for this one, and so you might work the elbows in and hands up or down the back, depending how you view it. One more breath. And then just slowly come on out, one vertebrae at a time. Reach the arms nice and long. We'll take it to the counter pose, fish pose. So from here, you can have like the thumbs kind of underneath the cheeks. Spread those fingers wide. Legs are together. Anchor the heels down. From here, you're going to press down through the forearms, lifting the heart up, broaden that collarbone, and then just let the head fall back. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then from here, I start to slowly ground. And then we'll take this into one more little exercise to cultivate that full relaxing feel. So from here, just draw the knees towards the chest, give yourself a little squeeze. Let's take a moment to really thank our body for what it does for us every single day. Now with that next inhale, take a really big body stretch. Big yawn with the body, open, spread fingers and toes. Just opening up in every direction. And soften the shoulders, dim the eyes, ground the hips. And now with the right hand, I want you to make a fist. Imagine like there's a rock in that hand and you're going to turn into stardust. So you're going to make a fist and then you're going to tighten up that fist. Get the knuckles to turn white. And then from here, you're going to reach the arm right up towards the sky. But really firm up the arm. Feel the forearm, bicep, tricep. Feel in the shoulder all the way. Tight arm, even more. Get the arm to shake a little bit more. A little bit more. And then start to slowly release, open the hand, let the arm gently fall down like a falling leaf. Other side, that left hand, make that fist. Turn that rock into stardust. Get the knuckles to turn white, feel it into forearms, and then from here, reaching the arm up towards the sky. Firm up the arm even more, a little bit more. Get the arm to shake, possibly even more, tiny bit more. And then from here, start to slowly release the fist, let the arm fall down like a feather. Same idea with the legs. From here, with that right foot, flex the foot, spread the toes. Feel this in the calf. Now from here, kick that leg right up towards the ceiling. Firm it up, firm it up. Shrug the kneecap up. Feel the quadricep, feel the hamstring. Good, keep going, muscle the bone, maybe getting the leg to shake. That's how hard you're squeezing and contracting. And then from here, start to slowly relax the leg. Let sink on down. Left foot, flex it, spread the toes. From here, start to slowly kick the leg up towards the sky. Muscle the bone with that leg. Shrug kneecap up. Engage the quad, the back of the thigh. Feeling the calf, good, even more. Get the leg to shake, a little bit more. Tighten up, tighten up. And then from here, start to slowly release it, relax it, let it float down. With the low belly, inhale, take a full breath in, let the belly puff up. And then with the exhale, noticing how the belly pulls in, contracting. Good, inhale, let the belly puff up. Now with the exhale, contract it like someone's gonna do a little sucker punch to your low belly, but you have those strong low abs. Good, firm it up, even more, even more. Maybe getting to that uncomfortable zone, just a little bit more, tighten up, and relax, relax the low belly. Inhale, take a full breath in. Exhale, let the breath out the mouth. Good, again, inhale, full breath. Exhale, breath out the mouth. Now with that next inhale, I want you to take a big breath in. And then once you think you're full of breath, start to add a little bit more breath through the nose. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Easy bit more. Exhale, let the breath out. Let's do that once more. Inhale, take a full breath in. Fill it up, hold the breath at the top, add a little bit more sips of air. A little more. A little more. Tiny bit more. Itty bitty bit more. Exhale, let it out. Now with the face, I want you to make a very small face. So you can burrow up the brows, scrunch up the nose, lips, all the way feeling the eyebrows. Even more, small face, even smaller, a little smaller, itty bitty bit smaller. And then relax the face. Find that calming in your Shavasana. Knowing you don't have to be anywhere, but just right here in this spot with your breath. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana as long as you please, or as you're ready, start to slowly wake your body up, find those little movements back to life. And then you can start to slowly roll onto your right or left side. Small little ball. Use those strong hands, press yourself on up. Find a comfortable seat. You can crisscross applesauce the legs, maybe knees together, hips on the heels. Cup the knees, start to slowly just slide the shoulders over the hips. Find that little tripod, 2 sit bones and that tailbone. A little slight tuck of the chin towards the throat with that next inhale. Feeling that breath travel up the spine, feeling tall. And with the exhale, soften the shoulders, ground down through your seat. Again, inhale. Exhaling. Again, inhale. Exhaling. Flip our palms up, offering this energy to someone, something that truly needs it. Maybe it's a pet, maybe a stranger you saw, a loved one, or maybe it's yourself. This practice is so much bigger than just ourselves. Slowly take the hands to Anjali Mudra, having the thumbs pressing in towards your chest. Feel that heartbeat, that breath, that reminder that you are alive and you have purpose. I'll tuck the chin towards your throat, bowing yourself for your hard work, just arriving on your mat. That can be the biggest challenge. We're doing something so good for your body. Chin up, inhale, take the biggest breath of this day. Exhale, breath out the mouth. And from my heart to yours, thank you all so much for participating on this day. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.